Hello, all my worm people. I am working on a project that I already told you guys I was going to do. So today felt like a good time. Woo! I tried to pre-morthen this bedding, but it seems like I must have not had any, like it must have been sitting somewhere where it was very, very dry. As it's so super dry, like a quarter inch below the surface here is still extremely wet. So that's okay. We can always add some more moisture later. What I have here is my bucket full of avocado pits. This is from my first haul of the food waste scraps from dumpster dives. So I watched on YouTube how to plant an avocado seed. I'd always seen before where they'd stuck the toothpicks into them, like 3 of them, and then set them in water. But I watched one that said, hey, you don't have to do that. And to me, that seemed like a lot more effort. Maybe I'll have better results if I did. But they just said, stick it in there, put that around them, and then I have a lot of them here, which, oh my gosh, I'll probably never be able to raise all the avocados, and I don't know how close to put them together, I guess, according to however many seeds I have here. And we'll leave them here for a while, and then we'll see how many we can get to germinate. Some of these are very small, so I don't know if that's going to be a problem, if they're not viable. I'm starting out here with the big ones, so I was hoping maybe I'd have better success. This one's kind of soggy and soft. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. It's not like I have to start them all, but you know, my brain's like, oh, we can't let them die. So we have to try. This one looks like, oh gosh, let's give it a shot. Maybe I'll soak a few of them in some water first. Maybe I'll wait and do that on the next batch. And then we'll see what happens with these. This one seems a little bit rotted. Let's give him a shot. Okay, I'm out of space now, so I'm just sticking them in here and there because I have quite a few. That one seems rotted, but you know, I have bought some seed, like these kind of bulbs at the Lowe's, Menards. We get them 50% off, and then bring them home, put some love to them, and guess what? They start up. Okay, I'm super out of room, but I'm still stuffing them in here, and so good enough. What I'll do now is just kind of pack the dirt in around all of them, and then I'm gonna have to go and refill my, actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I just made that tea for my, from my frass. So, I might as well add some good old frass tea to these avocados, because I'm noticing I want them to have lots of good moisture down way in there. And for some reason I have something crawling on me. Because I can still see, I mean, here we're down ½ an inch and it's bone dry. So I want to make sure, that I can get water all the way to the bottom. All this bedding nice and moist. And then I will just, maybe I'll get out a seed starting tray even. Heat mat. And put the heat mat under them. Okay, so why I did that was, now this is the seed starting soil that I bought. It's supposed to be, I don't know what that chemical is. Can't think right off the top of my head, but it's supposed to be having its fertilizer in it and blah, 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 you know, seed starting stuff. There's a really fancy, a really big name. Miracle-Gro. It's a Miracle-Gro seed starting potting soil, and I think it's old now. I probably bought it 2 years ago. So it's got these little yellow balls in there, chemicals. Supposed to, over time, release the chemical. I don't know how that works, but I think it's probably out of chemical. And so, this is why I'm going to inoculate it with my frass tea. And then, that way all the microbes are in there. And they can start multiplying in that soil. Hopefully those chemicals don't kill them, but who knows? What have I got to lose? And hopefully I'll have a bunch of these avocado trees start to grow. All right, that's exciting. I'm happy for getting that done now. And we'll see how many avocados we get out of it, if any. Who cares if we don't, you know? These babies came from the dumpster. And then, I suppose, if you guys do that and you end up with a bunch of avocado pits, seeds, you can start them up and just sell them for planting a tree somewhere. Get some food. Feed your worms. What I'll do, I guess I'll get out the seeds starting mat. Maybe sit it on I don't really want to put it there on the corner of the table because it's going to be in the way, but put it somewhere and then we'll check in on them in a few, maybe a week, to see if we pull one out if it starts to have roots. And then if it starts to have roots, we'll just let them go. I ended up with a bunch of water in the bottom of this pan. You can see it, the water. Okay, so I know we've at least penetrated it, all of that. And this thing does have a hole in the corner, so maybe if I just let it set, it can continue to drain, and then I won't have too much water. But supposedly you start these things in water. A cup of water with those toothpicks. And so everybody just go ahead and comment on what you think. If these things have already been nuked or something and they're not going to take off, I don't know. This is just a fun little experiment that I'm using some of my food from my worm haul dumpster dive, and then some of my frass tea to get the soil inoculated, so we'll have lots of microbial activity in there feeding these things at the root zone. And man, everybody comment below, what do you think my percent germination will be? We didn't count the seeds, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. There's 28 seeds. I'm going to set them over here over top of the drain because it's kind of at an angle like this. And I will just continue to let it drain. But I've got to get the seeds starting mat out so that we can. I'll reclaim this water with my little funnel. I do have larger funnels, which is what I should probably use. But I won't do that now because you guys don't want to see that. But thank you so much for continuing to stick with me in these adventures. There's a whole lot to do when you're carbon farming, and the organization is a big challenge for me. So at least I've made it through my first round of food. I've got a sticky tape above the phone to catch these flies. I have 3 of them caught so far now, but I'm noticing the flies still seem to like the front of that phone screen. So that takes care of round 1 of the avocado pits. I'm really hoping I don't get a whole lot of avocado pits because it's going to be really hard for me just to throw them away. We'll see. Stay tuned to see what happens in the future.